Do you know what gets me? I thought about this yesterday, right? Tell me if I'm wrong on this, by the way. Tell me if I'm talking shit. So, two incidents I want to just draw your attention to. I'd like to get your opinion on something if I can, folks. Two instances over the past few days have really made me think about football and one of the basic rules of it. And that's the handball rule. So I want to draw your attention back to Virgil van Dijk's header that hit the elbow of one of the Luton players and wasn't given as a penalty. I think it was Ross Barkley, if I'm not mistaken. He was going backwards and his arms are up and it hits his elbow and the referee said no penalty. Now, let's for a second say that we're all okay with that being no penalty. Just for a minute, humour me and say, okay, we all agree that that wasn't done on purpose and no handball. Just for a second, even if you disagree with me, just for a second. Now we'll fast forward to Raheem Sterling's disallowed goal for Chelsea against Spurs last night, where from close quarters, the ball ricocheted up, hit someone's leg, and then hit Raheem Sterling's arm. The ball then goes down onto the ground. Raheem Sterling steadies himself and scores. So, in this crazy, warped world that we currently find ourselves in, an accidental handball is fine for a defender, but an accidental handball for an attacker, instantly bad. Make that make sense. It's either a handball or it isn't. It's like they've made one rule for defenders and one rule for attackers, and the one that they favoured is the one that takes away goals. Not the one that adds more goals and entertainment, the one that takes away goals. So why can a forward now have an accidental handball, but a defender can seemingly have no end of accidental handballs? How does that make sense? It's either a handball or it isn't. What's good for the goose has got to be good for the gander. You can't say attacker, bad, on purpose, no goal. Defender, don't worry about it, mate. Flap your arms around as much as you want. Accidental, 'tis grand. That doesn't make sense. You can't have different rules for different players, different parts of the pitch, defenders or attackers. Make it one thing so we all understand it. Because one of the most basic rules of football, a handball, has been conflated so much that we all don't know what constitutes a handball anymore. People like myself and your good selves and pundits and former players, to a man, woman and child, nobody seems to really know what the hell a handball is. I'm really confused on that one, so I'd love to know your thoughts. If your arm is out from your body and is up, it's a handball. Well, then we should have had a penalty. Do you get what I mean, though? Like, again, you can come down on which either side of this you want. Even, like, I asked you to give the benefit of the doubt to Barkley, that it was an accident. So that's an accident. Why is it when Raheem Sterling or an attacker does it, it's intentional? It doesn't make any sense to me, and it really gets to me. It really, really winds me up that we have different rules for different parts of the pitch or different positions. They both should have been handballs. Either that or they both shouldn't have been handballs. One or the other. You either give it all as a handball or none as a handball. This mix, depending on if you're attacking or defending, it's nonsense. It's like saying a foul in one part of the pitch. Like, you've often heard somebody say, if that happens in another part of the pitch, it's a free kick. But when it happens in the penalty area, all of a sudden it's not a penalty. A foul's a foul, no matter where it happens. These are the type of things that are ruining football.